Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. For every 10 hotel rooms, 7 are empty as occupancy dips to the lowest rate since 1992.
Also tonight, a temporary budget heads to the governor, but without the necessary cuts.
And a judge finds probable cause in Superior Court.
In sports, we are sailing towards Bora Bora in the Leeward Islands.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Your search for unbeatable internet speeds is over. Visit Docomo Pacific today and sign up for as low as $60 a month so you can experience our fast, reliable internet speeds for yourself. Docomo Pacific, better together.
It's happened. The gold mine of McDonald's chicken has been struck. Added to your snack wrap and McCrispy and made for dipping. It's special edition gold sauce.
Over the past year, the Western Pacific Regional Fishery Management Council has traveled across the Mariana Islands, American Samoa, and Hawaiian Islands to hear directly from fishing communities living on the edges of a changing environment. Through support from the Inflation Reduction Act, we've been meeting with small boat fishermen, indigenous leaders, and community advocates to understand how the climate is impacting their access to fisheries, island infrastructure, and food security. From Hilo to Hagåtña, from Ta'u to Tinian, our communities are sharing their experiences. They're feeling the effects of a changing ocean, shifting fish stocks, predatory sharks, and the challenges of regulatory pressure without resources they need to adapt to these changes. In response, the Council and our federal partners are working out a climate responsive plan that include scenario planning to prepare for future challenges, regulatory reviews to fit policies with local needs, better management practices to adapt to changes, and support and training for our fishing communities. This isn't just about fish. It's about the people who rely on fishing to feed their families, sustain their cultures, and grow their economies. By listening thoughtfully and acting strategically, we're working to ensure the U.S. Pacific Islands have the voice, the skills, the tools, and the resilience to navigate the currents of future change. Aloha, olomwe, undang kulu si jusmase, and tofa soifua fa'afatai.
Hafaday, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on September 29th from our studios high up on Capitol Hill.
Tourism in the Northern Mariana Islands is facing serious turbulence. The Hotel Association reports August hotel occupancy plunged to 31%, down from 45% a year ago, the lowest August rate since records began in 1992, except for the pandemic. Hanmi says only less than 20,000 room nights were sold out of 64,000 available, with the average room rate dropping to $127 from $143 last August. August is supposed to be peak season. It was anything but this year. The decline is blamed on shrinking air service and fierce competition, especially from Korea, the island's top visitor market. Korean Air and its affiliate Jin Air have dramatically increased flights to Guam to meet merger requirements, creating an oversupply of seats there and diverting travelers away from Saipan. Chairman Dennis So warns the Marianas has lost over 65% of its pre-pandemic air seats, including all flights from 5 Chinese cities. Adding to the squeeze, Jeju Air and Seaway Air have suspended several Seoul-Saipan flights through the fall. So says without more stable air service, the island's economy and funding for schools, hospitals, and public safety will suffer. There are glimmers of hope. Hong Kong Airlines flight resumes September 21. Those are twice a week. And Busan-Saipan winter charters are close to approval. So urges quick action to stabilize air routes and revitalize tourism infrastructure to keep the Marianas competitive. But it's easier said than done. In August, there were 60,000 seats from Korea going to Guam. Guam has not yet released figures on how many people were in those seats, but fares are very low and heavily subsidized. MVA also has not released arrivals for August either, but it is expected to be markedly less than the 14,000 that visited in July. The occupancy numbers do not include figures from Marianas Beach Resort.
Late Friday evening, with a few amendments, the Senate passes the governor's original budget recommendations, knowing full well that a change is going to come. In April of 2025, the executive branch of the CNMI government sent its budget recommendations to Congress for the fiscal year 2026. The budget, based on projected revenues, came to $179+ million. The Senate has been working with those numbers ever since. However, on Monday of just last week, the legislature was informed that the projected budget, due to many factors, would need to be reduced to reflect a more realistic budget assessment of $156 million. On Friday night, the Senate, in order to avert a government shutdown, meets to accept the governor's original bill, already passed by the House, with a few specified amendments. Senator Donald Manglona.
We just got the notice a few days ago in regards to these new projected revenues that just wouldn't give us enough time to make the necessary adjustments that would allow for us to pass a product that would avert any shutdown. And so that is the understanding by both houses, and that's what we hope that the administration can consider.
We are at the 11th hour. Hope has not been abandoned, but realities must be addressed. Senate President Carl King Neighbors.
I don't know the time frame, but I do know it will be as soon as possible because we already passed the budget that we know, right? As of Monday this week is yes. $21 million above what was anticipated. And then you add that to the fact that we haven't met our benchmark for the current fiscal year budget. So we're short, I believe, $2.3 million is what the Secretary of Finance had mentioned. So there's a widening gap. Today is a clear indication that whatever budget we pass will be revisited immediately.
Yes.
Because no one should. I hope that none of this dialogue leads anybody to believe that we're working under the assumption that we're passing a $179 million budget. That is what we did because of the time constraints.
The CNMI government has applied for a $29 million loan from the Marianas Public Land Trust, which has yet to have been accepted. That loan would help bridge the gap between revenue projections and budgetary asks.
Our main concern is to keep people, keep the entire public from going into a partial shutdown, which is why both Ways and Means in the House, kudos to them. Really, it reminds me of when we're going through natural disasters, and this is a financial disaster to some degree. How we come together and we're able to expeditiously move through a budget cycle that in any other year would have been protracted for different reasons.
PSS has scheduled public information sessions to share possible cost-cutting procedures. All government agencies may soon face austerity measures.
It isn't just about one entity, and it is for everybody that comes before the Senate, but for the House and the Senate, our responsibility is to, again, ensure the quality of life for everybody here in the CNMI. And that's a very tall ask. And then to come in on September 22nd and say, hey, by the way, we're going to be we're going to ask you to reduce it by close to 23 million.
According to the Senate president, the question of how projection differentials took so long to calculate is not the relevant issue.
However we got here, in all honesty, is inconsequential. We're here now, and our job is to deal with it. And I want to thank the House and Senate members again for what they've done. And this work is not over. As soon as this is done and signed into law, we'll be back at the tables with all the stakeholders, trying to understand how we can split the pie accordingly.
The House of Representatives held their emergency session on Saturday. They passed the Senate amended version of the budget proposal. Now, it awaits the governor's signature. The government will continue to operate as usual until the new limited budget is negotiated. Well, a judge finds probable cause today in a case where authorities say a man sexually abused 3 minors. In a preliminary hearing in front of Judge Kenneth Gavendo today, Valentine Mangarero faces 5 criminal counts, including sexual abuse of a minor. A DPS patrol officer is called to the stand. He testifies that on August the 17th, police investigated a claim that Mangarero exposed himself and touched minors inappropriately, and they say threatened them if they spoke up. A caseworker for Child Protective Services testified on the stand today that she interviewed the 3 minors affected, and she corroborates the claims made by the officer and reports that the victims say this was not the only time it happened. The judge finds probable cause on all 5 criminal counts. Arraignment hearing is set for October the 6th.
Coming up, a doggone episode of everyone's favorite segment. Welcome to Saipan.
And have you ever wondered what it looks like inside the local bakery that's been running for 8 decades in the Marianas? Stick around to find out. Put a smile on your cookie's face. Next.
Trust between service provider and customer is important because it forms the foundation for a long-term positive relationship. Trust influences everything from customer satisfaction to loyalty to community relationships.
Customers provide feedback on the services they receive from us, and their experience is our success.
I recommend Docomo Pacific to a lot of people, especially if you game. If you're like me who live basically around the internet, they really, Docomo does really care for those who are their customers.
Honestly, from where I work at, I'm a customer service, and customer service is big for me, and they meet our expectations.
One of the positives of being a Docomo customer is the service. For us as a restaurant, we focus a lot on customer service, and it's nice to see, Docomo doing the same thing.
It's clear that they've been working to deliver more value for local businesses like ours. When their internet works consistently, it fades into the background, and that's how it should be.
It's happened. The gold mine of McDonald's chicken has been struck. Added to your snack wrap and McCrispy and made for dipping. It's special edition gold sauce.
I'm just so tired of you. You're not here. Oh, I'm just so fed up with you already. Why can't you just be, a good father and all of that and just help me out? And I don't even know what to say anymore because I'm tired. You're just, look at you.
In our village, everyone knows everyone. But when my mom is home, she turns into a different person.
You think you're better than me? You're just like everyone else. Nothing.
I don't know why mommy yells like that. Daddy always stays quiet, but it makes me scared.
Hey, so how's everything at home? I noticed you were looking a little sad in class today.
The teacher asked if I was okay. I didn't know what to say, but I told her everything.
Thank you for coming in and seeing us, Luan. I want to give you some pamphlets and some help. As you can see, this is, how to get away from your domestic wife.
People listened. They didn't judge us. They helped Daddy and me find a safe place. Now, there's no more yelling. Daddy makes me happy and safe. We laugh together. My dad and I were scared, but now we are not, because in our community, we take care of each other.
If you see something, say something. Families impacted by domestic violence need your voice. Call for help. Together, we can break the cycle and build our families. To make a report, call the Division of Youth Services Child Protective Services 24-hour on-call number for Saipan at 670-285-2780 or 2781. For Tinian at 670-287-3268. For Rhoda at 670-287-2553. For emergencies, please call 911. Tell a teacher, counselor, or trusted adult. We are here for you.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Do you bake?
I used to, but my cookies would just crumble.
That's how the cookies crumble. Ah.
Sometimes.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Welcome back. You are watching the Monday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
Military buildup in the Marianas continues. What does that mean for our people, and how are we being protected? CNMI government officials and leadership from the Department of War held a closed stakeholders meeting late last week. United States Navy Rear Admiral Brett Midas discusses the Marianas as a critical location in the Indo-Pacific.
Yeah, I think number one, this is U.S. soil, right? So, I mean, we share the same citizenry, and we are here primarily because the defense of the United States starts here in the Marianas, and so in the same way that our day starts here, and so it's just part of who we are. And so, number one, we need to defend here, and then number two, if things were to go poorly in the Western Pacific and we would need to fight, we need to be able to bring forces in and project forces and power from here. And you can't just hope to be ready for that. You have to do some building, you have to do partnering, and that's what we do during these meetings, is talk about the plan and how we want to be able to work together with the people of CNMI and broader Marianas in Guam and elsewhere to be able to bring capability, to be able to bring facilities here and just do business the right way.
Midas says the steps that United States military is taking on emerging security threats in the region is commanding presence as they operate all throughout the West Pacific.
We don't report and tell everybody where we are and what we're doing, but just know that there's a U.S. presence always out there looking, watching, working, and really partnering with allies to make sure that we can not only operate with ourselves, but together with partners and allies. And also in and around the Marianas, we do exercises with partners and allies as well. So everything we do is about understanding the posture that we need, the places that we need to be able to operate from, and then to be able to actually use that posture to exercise and practice so that we're just ready. And one of the things that we want to do is, and again, sometimes the misconceptions that people have about the military, our goal is to project strength and to deter any future conflict. There's no, we didn't, in the meeting there, we don't talk about, there's no desire that we have to go to war, but we recognize that unless you can show and demonstrate strength, then there's an increased likelihood. And so what we want to do is just make sure that any potential adversary looks at this area and say, hey, it's not worth it for me to attack. And they have strength here and they have long interests, and this is U.S. territory. So it's a strategic approach to make sure that we never have to fight.
When we travel, our world expands or it contracts. The expansion comes when we learn of a new place or experience a new event. The contraction comes when our chosen family coalesces together. Army veteran Jay Barney is off to meet his wife in Hawaii. He's expanding his world by traveling with his best friend to pursue potential job opportunities.
My wife, she's actually from Saipan. Well, she's from the Philippines, but she moved out here at a very young age, and this is pretty much home for her. So when she got out of the service, she came here, and she had been here for we had been here for about 4 years. So like I said, they left about 6 months ago. And I was just getting paperwork for her so we can actually fly out like you see what we're doing right now.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And for those 4 years here, how is it for you?
Oh, beautiful. I love how close-knit everybody is.
What kind of friend do you need to wait to get paperwork for?
This is Miss Sasha Barney. She's about 6 years old. She became a service dog when she was about 4. I don't know if you have a pet or if you plan on, having a pet and moving off of island, but it's a process. It's a process. So do your research. It can be trouble if you don't know what you're doing. I'm definitely gonna miss the island. Like I said, it's treated me well. It's a beautiful place. Some amazing people out here. So I'm definitely gonna miss the family environment that comes with being on the island. So I'll have to get used to dealing with whatever Hawaii has to bring. But I do plan on coming back. That's for sure.
Aiden and Carly Mae have arrived home from Guam. Their world is contracting even while it expands. Do these two like each other or what?
Is the hair okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you guys can just face me. Okay.
There's like a wind.
Just face him. We came from Guam. We went there for testing for the Marine Corps and things went well.
You got scared. You got scared for the turbulence, but yeah, it was good.
Sir, I'm planning to go at least for engineering or MP, military police. So when I come back to Saipan, I could just, become a cop ASAP, just like that.
Something like him.
Join the Marine Corps.
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps.
And stay safe.
All right.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Tinian resident Nick Denzer, formerly from Hawaii, returns from a work project on Guam.
I'm originally from Hawaii, and I was moved to Guam 2021, and then came to Tinian a couple years ago.
Nick works for Black Micro Construction with a contract to expand the Tinian airport.
We appreciate it. The people are nice. Everybody is so gracious here, and it's beautiful islands, and I think we need cheaper travel so that tourism comes back better for you guys.
Gurley Mendiola arrives from Tinian in order to expand her new business during a one-day shopping excursion.
Actually, we're planning to open a coffee shop in Tinian. So whatever we need, I believe we're going here to shop.
And if you don't mind me asking, what's the name of your proposed business?
Oh, it's a beach cafe.
Beach cafe?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So we're planning to open that probably maybe by November or December.
Gurley cherishes the reason to get back home.
Most of the time we come here, it's just today, only one day, because I have a son that's going to school, and I have to be back when he get up from school.
Expansion and contraction. Hello and goodbye. Welcome to Saipan, and adios.
The Marianas is intertwined with Japan throughout history of World War II and also through local bakery beginnings. Let's take a peek inside the kitchen. 35 Japanese students from the Japanese Society of the Northern Mariana Islands toured Herman's Modern Bakery on Saturday, September 27th. The long-standing bakery has been operating since 1944. The history behind the bakery stems from the founder, Herman Jose de los Reyes de Leon Guerrero, apprenticing at Shimada Bakery prior to World War II. With over 80 years of service in the Marianas, the generational legacy continues. Assistant General Manager Rudy Guerrero says the bakery creates goods modernly and traditionally.
When I say traditionally, we do things made by hand, right? For example, this cookie, this is handmade, hand-drawn, right? Yeah, everything here that you see is made by hand. Somebody drew this and somebody made the little flowers. Whereas we do...
The person who draws it, do they keep practicing? And was it hard to draw?
Yes, absolutely. But that's what practice is, right? Practice makes you better at things, right?
Students participated in a cookie decorating activity where they were able to experience firsthand what it means to traditionally craft specialty goods. 3 cookies in the shape of an ice cream, a fish, and a flower were topped with different colored icing and sprinkles, allowing the students to use their imagination and create their very own set of cookies. As a part of the field trip, students take a peek inside the kitchen before heading in.
From birthday cakes to anniversary cakes to fiesta cakes, anything you can imagine, this is where it happens.
Guerrero invites the students into the industrial kitchen where students are able to see giant kitchenware up close. During the factory tour, bakers were creating cheese custard tarts, taro rolls, and Bavarian cream pastries, a sweet look inside operations. Through this tour, students were able to gain knowledge on the history of how Herman's Modern Bakery came to be and its ties to Japan, saw for themselves how the pastries were made both modernly and traditionally, and were able to take home their handmade cookies.
Cookies. Coming up in sports, we're sailing away to where I've always heard it could be. Bora Bora, next.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, dessert, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Over the past year, the Western Pacific Regional Fishery Management Council has traveled across the Mariana Islands, American Samoa, and Hawaiian Islands to hear directly from fishing communities living on the edges of a changing environment. Through support from the Inflation Reduction Act, we've been meeting with small boat fishermen, indigenous leaders, and community advocates to understand how the climate is impacting their access to fisheries, island infrastructure, and food security. From Hilo to Hagatnya, from Ta'u to Tinian, our communities are sharing their experiences. They're feeling the effects of a changing ocean, shifting fish stocks, predatory sharks, and the challenges of regulatory pressure without resources they need to adapt to these changes. In response, the Council and our federal partners are working out a climate responsive plan that include scenario planning to prepare for future challenges, regulatory reviews to fit policies with local needs, better management practices to adapt to changes, and support and training for our fishing communities. This isn't just about fish. It's about the people who rely on fishing to feed their families, sustain their cultures, and grow their economies. By listening thoughtfully and acting strategically, we're working to ensure the U.S. Pacific Islands have the voice, the skills, the tools, and the resilience to navigate the currents of future change. Aloha, olomwe, undang kulu si jusmase, and tofa soifua fa'afatai.
Premium office space available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Upgrade your work-life balance and enjoy a distinctive blend of location and nature with open spaces and ocean views. It's the perfect place for creative professionals who want real results. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
I got big dreams since like baby. I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team. Jumping off of buildings used to be so stimulating. Now I'm reaching new heights. I'ma need the off-whites. Play with the fire, you get burned. All of my struggles became lessons well learned. I got desires that keep me grounded, that's for sure. Cause one day we gon' make it out this earth. Where's your worth?
The king is back like prodigal. I've been gone. I gave him time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm the headline, the deadline. Big time. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. Big time. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! 18 female players along with 5 officials from the CNMI U17 women's national football team will be headed to Singapore. Tomorrow night, there'll be a send-off ceremony, 6 p.m. at Ada Gym.
Sailing takes me away to where I always heard it could be. It's a famous line from the Christopher Cross song.
Our own Christopher is on his way to Bora Bora in this next series, exclusively here on Channel 2. Let's take a look.
About 5,000 people live on nearby Taha'a, which is also known as the Vanilla Island. About 80% of the vanilla production is from here, and fishing connects sea to table. We leisurely make our way up the coastline. Life on the boat quickly settles into a routine. Anchors up in the morning, explore and sail by day, find a safe place to anchor in the late afternoon, and then cook dinner on the boat. Evening's always a good time for reflection on the days past and the days to come. What's it mean to you to be able to do a trip like this with Ron, who you've known since you were a kid?
There's many forms of wealth. One important form of wealth for me is certainly my family and my friends. And Ron is, I've had the good fortune of having a few people I've journeyed most of this life with, and Ron is one of them. And we've come from hard scrabble nothing to reasonable comfort together. Some more comfortable than others, but we're all in good shape, and it's been a wonderful journey.
Taha has some incredible snorkeling. We jump in for a look at the beautiful sights just under the waterline. These small land masses on the reef are a little too small to be called islands. The Tahitians call them motus. Fish and coral abound here, and there's a bit of a current from the changing tides. Nearby coconut trees give an Instagram-perfect look to it all. I probably should get on Instagram one of these days. I think of my Instagram use kind of like a tattoo. I don't have one, don't think I want one, but I am keeping my options open. Across the water, Bora Bora rises. Its 2 volcanic peaks, towering more than 2,000 feet. Legendary.
On Wednesday, we will go deep into the lagoon of Bora Bora, and I'm told this is Shark Week.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas driving range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a 30% possibility of isolated showers. Low winds in the late evening and low temperatures of around 77 degrees. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll have a 40% likelihood of scattered rainfall. High temperatures of around 87 degrees during the day and dropping to 77 degrees at night. The sun has set at 6:08 p.m. and will rise again tomorrow morning at 6:07 a.m. That's not too early for the Senate and the House members to start their extended coffee intake for the long days of budget negotiations ahead. Some say Marianas coffee is a budget no-brainer, I'm just saying. And I will see you in the water or on the land.
Well, that's news, Tahiti, and weather. Thank you for joining us, CNMI.
We'll see you again on Wednesday.